welcome Cyclone fanatics. We're back at Mr. B. We're away from Bedowers this week, back at Mr. B's.
2 shows at Bedowers. We're back at beautiful Clive, Iowa, and it's good to have you here today, Chris.
1995 Northwest 86th Street, of course. Mr. B Clothing. Now, we're here for Sitzmann's Picks. Tim Sitzmann here. Really, he's becoming one of the top experts in the field of Iowa State football.
You know, last week I had the Hawkeye, airliner T-shirt. Remember your Tip Top Lounge? You know, and I got a little trouble out of that. You know, and I honestly I'm gonna shock some of you out there, some of you Fanatic fans, because I've got some upsets coming this season in our favor. So hang in there. Don't be down on me. I'm going to be with you.
Stay tuned to Sitzmann's Picks the rest of the off season as we get ready. Gearing up Big 12 Media Days next week. I'm going to be down there in Dallas, so looking forward to that.
That should be fun. Hot down there.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be real hot. Yeah. Let's get going today.
All right.
We got the big game coming up. I got my athlon right here. As we're breaking down the 2011 Cyclone football season, the Connecticut Huskies, Friday Night Lights, September 16th. Iowa State goes on the road to take on a UConn team that went to the Fiesta Bowl last year. What?
Yeah, they did.
Went to the what?
Yeah.
UConn? Athlon here projects them to go 6-6. I personally, Tim, well, I might shock you here a little bit. I think they're the worst team in the Big East. They got a new coach, 2 new coordinators, a new quarterback, no depth at all at running back. I don't buy their receivers. They got a pretty decent defense. I don't think this team can score any points. I think Iowa State goes on the road.
You are brutal.
And you know I don't usually make picks during Sitzmann's picks. These are always Sitzmann's picks.
I know.
But I'm going on the record. Iowa State wins this football game, in my opinion.
Well, you know, that's bold, and I think I don't often do this, but I like to agree with you, Chris. I really do, and I do agree with you on this one. I think they're rebuilding at UConn. Not a real traditional program of football, so they're going to have some ups and downs. Iowa State our team doesn't do very well on the road, as we've known historically.
Correct.
We've had some bad road experiences. The Texas win last year was a huge one. We'll talk about that down the road. But
yeah.
I have to agree with you, and I think it's a 10-point Iowa State win. I don't think it's a blowout, maybe like you do. I think going on the road is going to be tough.
Yeah.
But I think it's a 10-point game, and I think we'll hold on to the lead most of the time.
I'm not calling for a blowout.
Yeah.
I think it's a game where, you know, the ESPN deal, it's Friday night, it's under the lights. A lot of people might say, I was talking to my good friend Kenny Miller on KXNO the other day, and he was in Vegas, and his odds maker guys came up with an early line here in middle July, and they said UConn would be a 6.5-point favorite. Their point was Iowa State's coming off the game with Iowa, a little bit of a letdown, a long road trip, one less day to prepare.
Right.
Yeah. I don't buy that whatsoever.
Right.
It has less to do with Iowa State and more to do with UConn. I don't buy this team.
Right.
I don't buy their coaching staff. I don't buy anything about this football team. I think they have a pretty decent defense, and I think that Iowa State's offense at this point with a new quarterback, they're still going to be figuring themselves out. That's why I don't see it being a double-digit win. I think about a touchdown is what I would say for Iowa State.
We're at the 3rd game of the season right now, and I think we're going to see an Iowa State team that's really going to start coming into their own.
Yeah.
Honestly, they have to.
I think this
if they're not ready now, they're going to have a tough road down the road.
Correct. I think this game, I wrote this about a month ago, I think it might be the most crucial game on the schedule because you have to, if you're going to go to a bowl game, you have to come out of this game 2-1. Well, period.
And
you can't come out any worse.
You indicated as we were arguing back and forth that they may be 3-0 in your book. I got them at 2-1 right now.
Yep.
And I really think at 2-1, they're going to be a better team even than probably they were coming out of the Iowa game. And this is where we're going to see the team we have to have as we get into that rugged Big 12 schedule.
Well, by this point, we've talked about the quarterback situation.
Right.
By this point, you darn well better know who your guy is.
You got to count on somebody. I think we got 2 deep there, which is great, and that's all. You got to have it in today's game, and I think they're going to be a fine team as we come out of this 3rd game.
Yep. All right, so
and we got them winning on the road, and that's good.
Both got them beating UConn. Up next, the Texas Longhorns. After that shocker last year in Austin,
unbelievable.
Going to come to Ames. What does Sitzmann think about this game? You'll find out next time here. We're doing a little vlogging from Mr. B Clothing in beautiful Clive, Iowa. Tim, you got fall stuff coming in.
I got to give a little promo here on our annual tent sale is going to be next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is the 27th, 28th. No. 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Okay.
Got to
big
get it
deal.
straight. I don't have a calendar in front
That's
of
a
me.
big deal.
But it's a big deal. It's the lowest prices of the year. We're out under the big top, out in front of the store. You got to come to this. It's where we get the lowest prices of the year, and all the fashions from. We bring some stuff from Bedowers, where we were last week, and Mr. B's. So it's time to come and see us and get your last of the spring before we head into fall.
All right, sounds good. We're going to be back again next video talking about the Texas Longhorns. Is that possibly one of the upsets Tim was talking about earlier on in the video? We'll find out. You're going to have to stay tuned. Check out Mr. B Clothing, 1995 Northwest 86th Street, and just gorgeous Clive.
It is
Iowa.
gorgeous in Clive.
Thanks, Tim. We'll see you next time, Fanatics.